check it out. Check it out, check it out. Check it out, check it out. Check it out, check it out. Check it out.
I understood the assignment. Did the assigner of the assignment understood who they were assigning the assignment to? You know, you have to ask the assigner on that one. Personally, I don't think they did any research.
There we go.
Cool. There we go. Hey, cool crafters. Welcome to the Cool2Craft Pajama Party. I'm a
Hey,
party
everyone.
girl. I'm Tiffany Windsor from Cool2Craft, and if you were just watching the pre-show video, you saw my studio where the ceiling fell down.
Imagine that.
I know.
Why would that even happen?
I know. When electricians were not doing what they were supposed to do.
I guess.
Yeah. So, Lenine, that happened months ago, but oh boy. Anyway.
What a mess.
You want to say hello to everybody?
Hi, everybody. I'm Ann Butler from Crafty Publishing. Happy to be here at the Pajama Party. It is like just remembering back when we used to do them, and it's so good to be back.
I know. For those of you who don't know, we started our Pajama Party back in 2010, and here we are.
Yeah.
We're back. And so it's really fun to be able to do this party in this platform. And I love seeing everybody midweek. Wednesday is great to really help me get over the hurdle. This crafting community is awesome. You know, I spend a lot of time communicating in our Cool2Craft Facebook group and just keeping everybody updated. So we love connecting with you on Wednesday nights.
We do. Hey, Lenine. Hey, Eileen.
Oh, Eileen, I'm so glad you're here tonight.
We are always happy to see our girlfriends.
I know. So I actually emailed Eileen today because I was taking her up on the offer she made last week. So we may see a Sizzix machine here sometime soon. So
yes, yeah, it is something you need.
I know it's something I need, and I guess nobody knew I didn't have one. So I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping first. And thank you for everyone joining us tonight. I want to remind you to chat.
Please.
Between Ann and I, we try and cover, and then there's others that are in the chat who will help us if we don't see what you're asking about, because this is a whole sharing of information. And we want to know what you're crafting. We want to share with you new ideas and techniques, and we have a giveaway tonight. We'll get to that in just a moment. The first thing we always want to start with is to let you know that we have an auction after the Pajama Party.
We do.
So, yeah, do you want to talk about that, Ann?
So I am cleaning out my studio a bit, and so is Tiff. We are doing various things, like I have lots of brand new products and some handmade products. Tiffany has mostly handmade, beautiful items that she has made. And when we do a live, we tend to make not one or two items. It's more like 8 or 10. And we don't need that many. So we are happy to be able to offer these up for auction for all of you guys. And I did put a link in here. And with that link, if you sign up, you get a $15 credit toward something you buy on auction. So that's very cool. And we've done this for the last 3 weeks, and we have sold out every single week.
Oh, and Christine said that she placed a pre-bid on something.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't
know that was possible.
Thanks for letting us know.
So new.
Yeah, this would be 4 weeks, maybe. I think
This will be week 4. Yep.
Week 4, and so we're still learning, but I think we have it down pretty well. When I first started testing Whatnot with my niece, a lot of the audience didn't realize you could have co-hosts, so they were like very confused. So we split the screen, and it goes between my studio and Anne's studio, and it's really cool. So if you haven't signed up, Anne said she put the link in. I just put the link in, and you have to sign up in advance. If you're not already a member of Whatnot, you can't get into our show until you actually sign up.
Okay, and Karen Romano said that she was going to pre-bid as well. I'm going to have to look that thing up.
That's pretty awesome. So I'd love to know what you pre-bid on.
Yeah.
So also, when you are at Whatnot, we'll also ask you during that show, be sure to like our shop because it helps us get the word out. And also like this show. If you like it, please give us a thumbs up on our Cool2Craft YouTube channel, and subscribe to the channel. And because we love to keep in touch with you. So giveaway, it's giveaway time.
It is. This is the giveaway from last week. 2 dies from the cat's pajamas, I think. Yep, I had to read it. It's so small. But they're super cute. This one is an embossed flower and star, and this is flowers. And Tiffany used the randomizer to pick a winner.
I have the winner. And the cat's pajamas, is that what it is?
Yep.
Again, okay. So the winner is Carrie McKillian. And I think Carrie's actually here.
I think she was.
So one of the things that we need you to do, Carrie, is you're going to
email. She is.
Okay, great. So do you want her to email Cool2Craft, or do you want her to email you with her address?
Email Anne at bellacraftspublishing.com. I'll put that in here.
Okay.
And with your mailing address, and then I'll get these sent off tomorrow because I'm going to be gone for a bit and I need to get it out the door tomorrow.
Yeah. So it's so awesome that Anne does this, and that she has a great stash, and that, it's a lot of work to pull all these things together and get them mailed out. And so we really appreciate you being here. We want to let you know that. So thank you. Thank you. So what is our giveaway then for next week? Are we showing that now, or are you going to wait till a little bit later?
We'll wait until after I do it is going to be the download of what I'm using tonight for my project.
Okay. So you actually have to make it in order to show it.
Well, and in reality, I will be gone next week. We are going to still try to do the pajama party. I think I'll be able to. I have something going on, but
yeah. So here's what I'm hoping is that we get a lot of people who want to share next week, because I may be here by myself, and while I can talk a lot, I would love for all of you to join in. So I put the link in because the giveaway, what you have to do is you're going to go in to join our group, and then you are going to comment on the post that I put on tonight's show and let us know what was your favorite moment of the show. And then that automatically enters you into the giveaway.
Laura Lee said she has loved all of her Whatnot purchases so far from both of us. Thank you, Laura Lee. And she'll share next week. She'll come prepared to share. Yes, I may or may not be here. It depends upon.
She's going to be away from her studio, so there's a chance that maybe she can't join us. So we'll figure it out. We hope you will be here, Anne, of course, always. And then the other little bit of housekeeping is to remind you that we do invite you into the show. So there is a link, and are you able to put that in, Anne, for the green room link?
I will definitely do that.
Okay. So we're going to post this, and then later in the show, we invite you on to share whatever you're crafting. It could be something in progress. It can be a finished project. We give you a minute. And so that means we're going to watch the time, and we may cut you off, because if there's people in line, then we need to let the next person in, and then you can come back in and get back in line. So we're
Yep.
not being rude. We just want to be generous to everyone who wants to participate.
And I shared it to all the streams. So I shared it to Tiffany's Cool2Craft YouTube, Bella Crafts YouTube, and Bella Crafts Facebook. So wherever you're watching from, you should see that link and be able to join. I'm going to share the link one more time without the post in front of it, in case sometimes
Oh, okay.
it goes all together. But there's the link. So you guys can come on, and I'll see you if you come into the green room. I hope.
And we do
As I'm
that.
looking down here, yes, I will.
And we do the in the spotlight after Anne does her demonstration, after I do mine. We do not have a special guest tonight. We're the special guests. So we'll have a little bit of extra time. So we hope you can come on and share tonight. And a reminder, when you do come into the green room, it's going to ask you to re-log into StreamYard. So you're going to have to close out the tab that you had that you're probably watching through right now. So there's not an echo. So just a reminder, it's going to ask you to re-log back in.
Yes. And if you're waiting in the green room, you'll still be able to see us and hear us. And I believe you can still comment while you're in the green room, because I know Eileen was doing that last week. Bobby said, you got me hooked on the auctions.
I know. It's the coolest. And I see a lot of our creative friends are starting their own shows on Whatnot. So I saw an announcement from our friend Jules with Jewel Loom that she's going to start doing auctions. And so the coolest thing is at the end of the Whatnot auction, we do what's called a raid. So if there's another show that's live that is under the category of other craft supplies, we go raid their show. So anyone who's still in our auction automatically gets moved over to that show, and you can stay or you can close out. And it's really a wonderful thing to be able to do for our fellow crafters on Whatnot.
Yep. Share the love.
So last week, I think we had 45 items and we sold them all.
Amazing.
And we went, I lost my voice, and tonight it's going to be interesting to see what happens at 11:30 and 11:45 Central Time as we're still finishing up our auction. Because if people are still buying, we will stay.
Yes, yes. And we did go long. The first 2 weeks, I think we were done in like 45 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see how long it is. But both Tiff and I have stuff inside the auction. And
so here's my auction items all lined up, getting ready
Tiffany,
so that I can.
I'm going to step out for a minute because I have an important call I have to take.
Okay, no problem. So these are the items that I have. I have some finished artwork that I had excess inventory, and I have some ceramic pieces actually that came from my sister's studio, and I have some keychains that I make that are laser etched wood and leather. Some of them are Bible based and scripture based, but just to kind of give you a sneak peek, and we'll show you some other things later in the show. So now would be the time that Anne would actually start demonstrating. And since she's not here, I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do this. And I'm going to go ahead and do my demo first. And what I want to do is show you a project that I made actually for my niece who was redecorating her son's apartment. And she wanted this big canvas that was hand lettered. And I had never done anything like this before. And she wanted it very graffiti looking. And so this is what I made. We found this big round canvas at Goodwill. And so I did some texturing on it, and I painted it, and then I used spray paint, and then I did the lettering, and then I did drips and created this piece. So when I did my TV show last week, oops, let me see if I can get here. when I did I did a segment on Today in Nashville last week for Father's Day. And so it was a last minute notification that I got. So I ran to the $1.25 store. Hey, welcome back. Everything okay?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do my demo, and because I just started chatting about it. And
nope, I heard you. Thank you.
Okay. So when I was when I got the notification I was going to do the TV show, I was like, I don't have anything in my studio that's for Father's Day. So I stopped by the $1.25 store and I picked up some things. And I always, when I'm there, I pick up canvases. And then I saw these stickers that are called poster stickers. And I thought, well, wouldn't that be cool to put these onto a canvas? And so that's my project. And I'm just going to show you, see if I can add this. So this was the promo shot that I did for Dad. So
nice.
What I'm going to do is anything I'm working on in the studio, I'm going to try and do on the show. And so we're going to cross our fingers and see if this works. What I found out when I did this is that I got this kind of watercolor effect, because usually you get really crisp lettering. And what happened with this was that I got that coolest look of this watercolor. So I'm going to try and recreate this technique tonight. Let me figure out where I want to put this. And so bear with me, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed and see if this works, because that happens in design studios. So I'm going to switch to my overhead camera.
Okay, perfect.
We'll give this a try.
There you go.
All right, let me turn this around.
Perfect.
So as I mentioned, I bought my $1.25 canvas. I bought my $1.25 poster size stickers, and you lay them onto your canvas. Now, these stickers don't necessarily stick really well. You can see they're kind of raised up. So you kind of go back, and you're going to have to be quick with these next steps, because these don't want to stick on here. But I have a roller, just a foam roller that I'm sure I bought at the same store. And the whole idea is to get paint on there and hopefully not get it too far underneath the stickers. So we'll keep doing that. And so the colors in my studio kitchen here are pinks and oranges and yellows. And so you just squeeze the paint right on, kind of in the pattern that you're going to roll. And here's something else that I didn't realize till after, is like, save these letters, because the colors that end up on them are pretty cool. And I think you might be able to use them on another project. You can glue them down on something else. So I can't tell you exactly how much paint to put out, but I'd rather have a little bit more in this step than not enough. So then you just start rolling. And again, you're going to be really careful when you come down to these letters here, because you don't want to put too much paint under those stickers. And it doesn't, look at the cool pattern. It doesn't take much rolling of this to come up with the coolest pattern.
And very little paint.
And very little paint. So again, don't overwork your paint too much. And let's see if I can start lifting these. Yep. Now, don't worry about where that has seeped, because we're going to take a cotton swab. And this is where I found it so interesting, because when I did this on my Best Dad canvas, it's like, oh my gosh, no, this isn't going to work. And so I grabbed cotton swabs, and this is what, and I dipped them in some water. Oh, they are worked out. All right, so these are cotton swabs that may have some water. Let me see. I'm going to I'm going to put a little bit more water in here. And let's see. I just ran them down the side. And look how cool. That gives you this hand-painted effect. Dip it in a little bit more water. Is that the coolest? So let's see what happens with the S here. So I'm curious in the chat, how many painters do we have in watching tonight? Because I do praise painters because you can do such a beautiful job, and I'm a general crafter, so I don't feel like I'm an artist all the time. But you see how that works? So, Anne, anybody having any questions?
Christine asked, shouldn't it be dried before you take the letters off?
Well, no, because I want to work the paint while it's still wet. Because
Yeah.
if you notice when it seeps under, I don't want that. So I need to be able to shift this paint while it's still wet. But yes, if these letters would stick down firmly to a canvas and you want those really crisp letters, then absolutely you would leave them on, but not when they seep under that much. So that's why I had to resort to this technique.
I love that while you're blending it in, you're blending it in places that had no paint. So it just pulls it all together.
Right. Isn't that interesting? So it actually worked. I got it to work again from the technique that I discovered when I was doing the Father's Day project. So, of course, you could get other stickers that you could put on here when you're doing your whole paint. Like if you had some flower stickers and such. But isn't it amazing how that changes it from the look of using stickers to more hand painted?
Yeah.
So, Christine, does that explain it for you? If you noticed how much paint, especially on this S, there was a lot that seeped under, it would just look like a mess if I left those stickers on.
Yes,
Hey,
it would.
thanks, Eileen. So there you go.
Karen says that she's a mixed media and paint. She paints a lot too.
Okay. So
I love
this is a very easy project. Looks like my letters were not completely straight on that canvas. So, so rule number one, maybe put little marks down when you put your poster stickers down on your canvas. But so anyway, I'm going to change back to my other camera, see if there's any other questions.
Christine said, yes, that explains it. And there are those people that mark everything, and everything is lined up perfectly. Yeah. And you would think both you and I would be that way, but we're not, which is weird because we like our studios clean. We like everything in its place, but I eyeball almost everything. Just it does look more handmade when you do. I mean,
the other thing I forgot to mention that I did on this one is I did spatter it before I took the lettering off. So I love that white spatter. I did not want to do that on my desk tonight. So remember, you can do some spattering, and I might try and layer this with some more things because this is just the start. I could definitely do some mixed media and layer papers and use Eileen's stamps. And so it's an easy technique. And I just seem to be pulled into doing lettering with paint recently, which has not been in my wheelhouse in the past. And so I wanted to share that with you.
But I think it would be really great with kids too, because
you're absolutely right.
They just love to do whatever, and they would love to put words, and they wouldn't put their words in a row. They would kind of and make, so it would be very cool for them.
Yeah. So I'm going to end up adding this to the wall back here to all of the artwork that I have back here. So it's going to match in my studio.
That will be beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
I love
Thank
it.
you. All right.
That is a great idea. I haven't seen anybody jump in that wants to share yet tonight, but
Okay.
I will put the link in again for everybody.
So going to appreciate. Remember, the pajama party is about all of us. We want all of you to participate and hop on to your cameras. And was it last week where we invited Jules in and she says, "Oh gosh, I am not pulled together." And it's like, that's what this is about, you know?
I think, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
that
ago.
She came on.
Yeah.
And I know Lenine had problems getting in here last week. I'm not sure what it was. So I just put that link in again on all of our platforms so that you can just copy it and paste it into your browser.
Right. So can't wait to see who's going to log in tonight.
I know. It's always fun.
So
but I love your project.
Thank you. Do you want to start your project?
Yes, I can do that. I'm going to switch my camera.
And while you're working, I'm going to go rinse out my roller.
Well, before I switch my camera, I'll tell you guys what I'm doing. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I am actually doing bookmarks that are like faith-filled. I mean, they definitely have sayings. This one says Jesus love. This one says follow his lead. So faithfully following him. So this is, and foiling, I mean, for those of you that follow me, I have to turn my machine on because I didn't have it on because Tiff went first, so I didn't turn it on. So I'm turning my machine on. So that's going to take a couple minutes. Thank you, Jana. I'm going to bring the camera down and show you actually what I created. And this is going to be the giveaway for next week because I created a PDF that is for sale in my Etsy shop. But the winner will get this PDF so that they can create these too. And I made 2 of them. So is that backward for you?
No,
Tiffany?
it's perfect. No, it's perfect.
Okay.
Sorry,
it's backward in my camera. I'm like, I don't like that. Okay, so Jesus love. In him, I am enough. Following his lead. Faithfully following him. Grace always, and don't we all need a little grace every single day? For I am with you. Fear not, Isaiah 41:10. And then I love, love, love this one, John 3:16. So when I first made these, I made them bigger. And I brought these down a bit in size because I have got a die from Newton's Nook that is a bookmark, and I wanted to use this bookmark on here. You don't have to, like, if you don't have a bookmark die, don't worry, because you could make it, you could cut it out and cut the corners to make a tag, and it would be a bookmark and put a punch in it. But you could do them just like this too. You could just make them in a rectangle. They don't have to be a bookmark shape to be a bookmark. I think this is fine too. It's just, I like to use things I have. And this particular bookmark I had used in a project for Newton's Nook, and I remembered the die and I thought, oh my goodness, if I could make these fit for this die, I would be so happy. So that's what I did. So you guys, this week during the week, so we run our giveaways until next week. So you have until midnight next Tuesday to go on to the Cool2Craft group and comment what you like best about the show. And then from that, we put all the names in a randomizer. And the winner will receive both of these digitally. So you'll have to print them out yourself. I did print these with a laser printer so I could foil them, because foiling is, of course, my favorite thing to do. So I have got my fuse machine ready, and I have some foil, which I love the decal foil from Thermoweb. So anything from Thermoweb. I have a piece of, well, that one, let me take this green. I do like this green. With the fuse machine, it does come with a carrier sheet. You can use any laminator. I have another laminator where I just use copy paper, but with this particular one, the carrier sheet works best. And I'm going to take out a piece of this foil. Now, this foil, deco foil is, I foil a lot, and I do love deco foil. So this is the deco foil. And when I do these, I cut them apart. So I take and cut them apart. And from there, you can die cut them. And I have one die cut right here, and it's I have John 3:16, and I have For I Am With You. Maybe I'll do the For I Am With You. And I'm going to, because maybe I'll do two of them. I'm trying to make this so you can see it. I'm going to do both of these. So I'm going to cut my foil down just a bit, because you never want to waste your foil. And I save all the little bits and pieces. So here is the extra. Now I'm going to take my carrier sheet, open it up, and I'm going to put my 2 bookmarks in here. Like this. So you put the bookmarks with the printing facing up, and these are done on a laser printer. And then I'm going to put the foil on top, pretty side up, right? So the pretty side is facing up. I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to pull my laminator in, and I'm going to just stick this in here. Now, when I use my other laminator, it's not a Scotch. I said last week, I said it was a Scotch. But my other laminator, I always run everything through twice. You need to get to know your laminator to know if you need to go through once or twice. With the Gina K Fuse foiling system, it seems I can go through once and everything works. So let's pray that that is what works today. So this is hot when you take it out. Move that out of the way. The best part about foiling, honestly, is the reveal. So you pull this away. Isn't that beautiful? You can see how gorgeous that green glitter foil is. And then here's the other one, John 3:16. It is just, I mean, you can see why it's my favorite thing to do. But we're not done yet, because I have a line of, let me see, toner papers that is solid black. And you can take this that you've already foiled, right? And I'm going to cut off the excess because you don't want the toner against the carrier sheet. Because ask me how I know, it sticks to the carrier sheet and you don't want that to happen. I'm even going to trim off this little excess right here because you don't want that on your carrier sheet. So this is what I call double foiling. So I'm going to take this with the pretty side up and the dull side against the black toner. And I'm going to take this and run it through the laminator a second time. You can also use a folder piece of parchment paper. Yes, parchment paper works as a carrier. I tried a piece of copy paper with the fuse. That does not work. The best thing that works with the fuse is the carrier sheets that come with it. But with the Scotch brand or other brands, like I got mine just at a big box store, that you can use just a piece of parchment paper too. So here you go. And I'm going to peel this off. Move this out of the way. And this is like the amazing part because you have used every little piece of that foil and created 2 more bookmarks with just a piece of toner paper. Isn't that cool? I mean, you would cut these apart to make them into bookmarks, but I'm going to show you some of the ones I've done. So here's Jesus Loves printed out, and then here it is double foiled. And then I do have a line of toner papers that I also put on the back so that it was pretty on both sides. This one I actually watercolored, and then I used the same color foil for the back side. And I have a lot of Jesus Loves ones. I guess I'm giving them all to my grandkids. And then, so this is the way it was. And then this is double foiling. And then this is my toner papers. And this is the double foiling with the toner papers. So they're double-sided. They look pretty on both sides. And of course, you'd put a ribbon or twine or something at the top, unless you were going to do them cut into a rectangle. You wouldn't need anything. And then this one, again, following his footsteps. And then that's the double. I don't have that one done on the back. Following his lead. And then that's the double. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, there's so many possibilities with these. So I could show you all day long all the ones I've made, but I have tons and tons and tons. Because when I made these, I just kind of went wild and made a bunch. So you could even triple foil and put another color over the black here, and then it would all be foiled on the top. So that is my project. These lovely bookmarks that would be perfect for gifts. And I'm planning on giving them to my grandkids for in their Christmas stockings. So I'm just getting ahead of things right now to be able to do that. And I'll look and see, Tiff, were there any questions?
There are a couple of questions, and I don't have it in the show notes, your Etsy link.
I will grab that. I had it over on my other computer.
Okay. Okay. And then I do have a question where we are grabbing the in the spotlight link from? Because in my show notes, I have a different link than what we've been sharing. And I'm wondering if that's why no one has come in. So is there a way on this page to find out what the link is?
Well, I'm doing the invite. So if you do the invite, that's what you should.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. And that's what I was sharing.
Okay, which is interesting because the URL address at the top is different. So let me just click on, yeah, I don't know why.
Maybe,
So,
you know,
that's okay.
everything is different. Here is,
yeah, and I just put in the link for any of you who want to come on live and share.
okay, and there is the link to my Etsy shop. But yeah, these are just, they're so much fun, easy to make. And like I said, you don't have to have the bookmark die. You can just cut them, you know, as a rectangle, and they make great bookmarks too. I would do the back of them. And again, this is some of my toner paper, the printed ones, and then I just watercolored it. So the interesting thing about toner paper is you can watercolor before or after you foil. You can, you can take the whole sheet and watercolor it and then foil it and it picks it up, or you can foil it first and watercolor over it and the foil still shows up. So
well, that's the coolest. I love it.
It is very cool. You know, it's one of those things that until you try it, you just don't know. They'd be very nice with the homemade tassel on top of them. Yes. Crafty Jack. They definitely would. You know, I have my spools of ribbon here, and then I have tons of twine over there. So yeah, you definitely, with these ones, you definitely need a tassel or a ribbon.
So Crafty Jack said that our video shows up in the main YouTube page for her, and that's how she found us.
Is that good?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing for
awesome.
Crafty Jack and us. That's amazing. So just to give you a little bit of history, because I'm not sure that you were here at the top of the show, we actually started the Pajama Party back in 2010. And when you go back into our video archives, you can see some of those original videos. It was before you could broadcast live on YouTube, and it was a format that we used dial-up internet and we used webcams. And it worked because here we are. And so, so yes, we see Lenine. I don't see Christine. So definitely, I think we had the wrong link, and I don't know how, but I'm going to put that back in.
Lenine. I'll add Lenine, and I'll ask her which link she used.
Yeah.
Hey, Lenine, which link did you use?
I used the last one that Cool2Craft put up there. I just went and looked.
And that's the one that I'd been sharing.
But a minute ago, I was linked. I clicked on a link and I wasn't in the right room.
Okay, Tiffany, if you would share it to all the streams. And then, Lenine, what do you have to share with us?
Well, remember in the preview show, there were the bags with this that I used to do the centerpieces for my little Paris theme?
Yes.
Well, I used one of the bags to make a card.
My goodness, that is so cute.
Is that cute?
That I love the ooh la la.
But this is the bag, the background. And then one other thing real quick. I have a matchbook card that I made just recently, an Alice theme. And it's one of those that has the little match. It's a matchbook, you know.
Very cool.
Flips up like that.
I love that.
It's all fussy cut too, all of that, the pieces here.
That would be fussy cut because I don't think you'd have a die for that.
Nope. There. So these are my 2 shares.
Thank you. We love them. So I'm going to see if Tiffany can put that link in again.
Yeah. So, Anne, when you say share to all the streams, I have no idea how to do that. So I put it in the chat here.
You click all.
Oh, you going to do it? You want me to do it?
No,
There you
because my
go.
link
Thank
hasn't
you.
been working.
Got it.
And it's strange. It has
learning.
to be something with StreamYard people because Tiffany and I were doing a test last week, or Eileen and I, before Eileen came on, and I sent her a link and she said, I'm in the room. And I said, no, you're not. She was in a totally different room. So the link I'd been sharing wasn't working. So I think since it works for Tiffany, she'll have to be sharing those. So if anybody else wants to come on, we would love to see what you're working on.
Yeah, now's your time.
May I ask where you ladies are from? I'm from Canada, Crafty Jack. I am from Minnesota. And since you said you're an avid YouTuber, you can follow me under Bella Crafts Publishing or Bella Crafts Pub on YouTube. And Tiffany is from?
Tennessee. I'm outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And so Cool2Craft, as I mentioned, I started back in 2010. And I stepped away for a while. For those of you who don't know, if you're an avid crafter, my mom is Aline from Aline's Tacky Glue. So grew up in this industry, and I decided this year that I am launching the crafting revival. So that's why we're here, because we want to be the biggest cheerleaders that there could ever be for crafts. So both Anne and I are craft designers. We have craft studios, as you can see here. And so let me just check my messages here. And so we're sharing what's going on in the craft industry. We're sharing what's going on in our craft studios. I'm more of a general crafter, and Anne does a lot of paper crafting, as you can see. Anne, why don't you talk about what your history is and what you do now? You've shown some of your products tonight.
Okay, so I have been in the craft industry for 25 years. Actually, one of my first projects was bought by Aline's Big Book of Crafts. And then our friend Juliana from the Jewel Loom, she supplied me with wire for because she worked with artistic wire, and she supplied me with the wire for a craft magazine that wanted, see, I am in that book.
So there's 2 volumes of this.
I know they are fantastic. So I've been in forever. And then when I have 5 kids, when my youngest child went away to school, I told my husband I'm quitting my full-time job, where, you know, I loved my job, but there were issues. And he said, double income, no kid, you're quitting. I mean, I think he was going to have a heart attack. And I said, well, if I don't do my crafting thing that I really want to do now, I'll never do it. So I quit, and I have a line of rubber stamps and papers and embossing powders, and I love everything I do. I started Bella Crafts Publishing in 2012. We do a free online digital magazine 4 times a year, and we do ebooks. And Tiff and I reconnected. I used to do Cool2Craft with her back in 2010. We've known each other forever. And we decided we just needed to, well, I told her we needed to bring the pajama parties back, because I was going to do it. And I thought, no, it needs to be Cool2Craft. And we started another business too that we are slowly launching.
Yes, faith-filled creatives.
Yes.
The root of everything that we do. So Crafty Jack said, I think it was Crafty Jack said that she had never seen the Big Book of Crafts. This was done back in the 90s, and it was subscription-based, so you'd get cards every month, and it went on for several years. That's why there's 2, and there I am. So that's Mama Aline. That's my sister Heidi. And I just had to buy these back off of eBay because I, over the years, have moved a lot. And so thankfully, there are wonderful crafting hoarders. I hate to say that. It's with the utmost respect who hang on to these things, because I did not with all of my moving. So Just added that back to the Vintage Aline's archives. My sister Heidi has her full set, and she's kept her books. So you see Jules from Jules.
And I think Christine is in the back room.
Oh, let's let Christine go.
So I'm going to bring Christine in, and she's going to have some time to say what she shared.
Christine looks like crap, but that's okay.
The pajama party.
We're real here is what we are.
It has been one bad day with humidity, and that happened. So there's that. But yes, I'm Christine. Romeo, by the way.
Nice.
And I am beginning to do journaling. I'm learning how to do things like that. So I decided to give it a try. So I started with a great big type of cardboard type thing. Just
I
cardboard.
love it. I love the lace.
All right. And then I kind of got started here, there, and everywhere with a little bit of this. And then I put in a smaller book just in case. But then I just added all kinds of different little odds and ends, pockets. I've made, oh Lord, let's see, where is it? Oh, I even made like a, what you call bookmark.
Yep.
But I used the metal ribbon on it.
Love that.
Which was interesting, different, I think. I don't know. But anyway, it's in that. And I've just been adding to this as I go along because I don't really know what to do. I've never done it before.
You did a great job.
Well, oh, thank you. And by the way, I love your bookmarks because I'm definitely religious. So,
Oh, yeah, I see John 3:16 there. Perfect.
yeah. So I don't know, but this is the kind of stuff I've been doing.
That is beautiful. I love the waterfall in the front. That was gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm starting on a Christmas one. Hopefully I'll get that done soon. But
Okay.
anyway, and I'm from New York, Western New York.
Yeah, it's not working that way. I don't know why, but well, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
And
Round
it was nice meeting you ladies. This is my first time with you. So.
Well, come back next week. We will be here every Wednesday.
Well, it was Laura Lee that invited me, so I think,
Yes.
yeah, I'll
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
be coming around.
And I think you
Perfect.
just became a member of our group on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome.
So
Perfect.
thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good night.
So how awesome that we have new people joining us tonight and finding us tonight. That is just the
Love that.
coolest.
And that journal was beautiful. I loved the waterfall. I mean, those take a while to make. I mean, she did a
Right.
great job.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think we have about 10 minutes before we close out. I do want to remind, I'm not sure, Crafty Jack, when you arrived, if you heard about the Whatnot auction tonight. So I think we're going to talk about that a little bit. And you want to talk about it, and I'll bring up some photos here.
Yep.
Let's see.
So
So I'm going
we-
to put up this first. And
okay. So we started the pajama parties. We started them back up 3 weeks ago. This is our 4th week. And after the pajama parties, we do a Whatnot auction. So we have the pajama party go from 9 to 10 Central Time, and then we start the auction at 10:15. And with the auction, we are just cleaning out some of our excess craft supplies and projects. This particular one right here, Eileen might recognize because that is one of her dies. And those are my stamps on that project. This is a journal I made. And when we make projects, because I do 2 lives every single week, besides this one. So now it's 3, all on Wednesdays. So when you do a live, you don't make one project. You usually make anywhere from 2 to 10. So we are getting rid of some of our excess supply of things that we have made. It is beautiful, Eileen. It is, because it's done with metallic paints. Again, anything sparkly, I love, right?
so I've added a few new things this week, which is my ceramic artwork. I
that.
found some excess inventory. I make those ceramic hearts. Those are kiln fired. And the story of the wood, so it's rustic wood. When my sister lived in Los Osos, California, I started taking her fence apart and replacing it with new wood because I needed rustic wood. I didn't have barn wood, but I did have cedar fencing. And so it was the joke when my sister went to sell her house that the potential buyers wanted to know what was going on with the fence. So I was crafting with it. So I also have some of her clay pieces tonight that she'd actually shipped to my sister Candace in Maryland, who shipped them to me. And I thought they'd be great to put into the auction tonight because you can add these to your other projects. Both of my sisters do mosaics. So they make these pieces to put in, like to mosaic stepping stones and bricks and such. So those are a couple of things that I am going to have in tonight's auction.
It is amazing how no matter what we make, they're all one of a kind and unique, right? I mean, even though you're making the same thing over and over, because you're hand creating it, unless you're doing something like this digitally, where it doesn't move. But when you're hand creating it, it is wonderful. I'm going to put that in again so it goes to all of the destinations. So everybody sees.
I missed that. And just a recap of what we did tonight, and what I want to ask you next, Anne, is which ones you're putting in the giveaway. But this is the project that I made tonight, which was a technique that I learned when I was making the canvas for the TV show that I did for Father's Day, which was today in Tennessee. And I made this canvas as one of the 4 Father's Day projects. So I thought, well, I'm going to see if I can do it live tonight. It worked. And so that was the project that I did. If you missed that, you're going to want to go back and watch the replay. And Anne, do you want to talk about your foiling and which are the items that are going into the giveaway?
Okay, yes. So tonight I showed you how to make bookmarks with, I do a lot of digitals, and I love foiling. So I see, this is foiled. So this is the front of the bookmark, and then this is the back of the bookmark. But I created 2 PDFs. They come as PNGs of faith-filled bookmarks. So there's this one and this one. And this is what is going to be the giveaway for next week. It will be a digital download. So if you get it, you're able to print off as many as you want, which is also cool about digitals.
So I have just put the link in again. In order to enter into the giveaway, you will go to that link and you will become a member of our group. And then I'll put a post up tomorrow about tonight's show, and you'll be able to put a comment in there about what was your favorite moment, like watching me make a canvas, or watching Anne do her foiling, or watching our guests come on and share what they're creating. This is about all of us, about a whole community of crafters. My focus this year is crafting revival. So that's one of the things that I do on my blog, Cool2Craft.blog, and I think I have a banner for that too. Be sure and go in and subscribe to that. And be sure and sign up for Anne's free digital magazine.
Yes, you want to sign up for that. But I just saw Christine's comment. Can I be one of your grandchildren so I can get a bookmark? I actually have 17 grandchildren. And I do, I try to make them an ornament every year. I make them an ornament every year. And I sew them pajamas every year. So that has become a tradition. And this year I'm just adding another little thing in there for them. So yes, I'm going to put in the website where you can sign up for the free magazine. And you click on the little icon that says, yes, I want it. The spring issue is out presently. So if you sign up, you'll get the spring issue. And then at the end of the month, you will have the summer issue. I think that's 2 baseball teams. And Jules said,
I know, I was laughing about that. So can you go back and look at past issues, Bella?
only if you had subscribed to them. I used
Okay.
to have a page where all of the past issues were, but it's a lot to maintain.
Yes.
And so when you sign up, you get the current issue, and if you save those, then you have the back issues from there. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for us to start wrapping up, because what Ann and I do is we quickly tear everything down and reassemble for the auction, and which will start in 15 minutes at Whatnot. So hopefully you grab that link so you can join us over there. We have a lot of great items tonight, and this has been a great show.
Love the cover of the current issue. Lenine, that is a project that Lisa did, and it is stunning. So the summer issue is just as stunning. The summer issue is Americana theme, red, white, and blue. And my friend Julie McGuffey knocked it out of the park, creating a beautiful vignette. And I said, oh, I think that's the cover. So she was happy about that.
While everyone is at Bella Crafts, they need to check out all the fabulous ebooks that you have for sale.
Yes.
Jules has a new ebook there for the Jewel Loom. What does Eileen have?
Eileen has 4 ebooks.
Okay.
We have been working on the 5th one for 2 years, Eileen. We're having issues being in the same place at the same time where we have time to create it. That book is going to be fantastic. Yeah, so we have lots of ebooks available. Eileen is laughing. Yes.
Did you, just a quick jump in here, did you share the link with everyone for Bella Crafts? Because she said she's not seeing it. So let me see if I can go in.
I put the link in. I guess I just shared it here. I'll share it for everybody. Yes. Okay. I didn't share it to all destinations. Thank you.
Okay.
And okay, that's not it. I need to re-grab it. My computer is doing strange things. It's not keeping.
I have it if you don't. I have it here. Do you want me to do it?
Okay, I'm going to let you do it.
Okay, so let me just switch over to all, so all of you get this link, because you're definitely going to want to subscribe and check out the ebooks that are available.
Yep. There's a link up above for the ebooks, so you can see what all the ebooks are that we have also. So we have to clone ourselves. Yes, Eileen, I know.
It's interesting because I selected all, but it still just comes up as, oh, maybe it's there. Now you just have 10 links.
Yep, it's there.
Okay. All right. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining us for tonight's Cool2Craft Pajama Party. It's been so great to share with you, and we look forward to seeing you next Wednesday here, 9 p.m. Central, every Wednesday. Anne's not sure she's going to be here next week, so we will miss you if you're not here, but if you can make it, that's awesome. And we're heading over to Whatnot.
With the phone call I had tonight, I think I'll be able to make, I won't be in town, but I think I might be able to be online. So.
Okay. That is awesome news. We will see everyone in 11 minutes. I'm looking at my clock. 11 minutes at Whatnot.
Okay. Bless thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Bye, everyone. We will see you next week.